Ram, let's kick it off with you. We haven't heard from you so far. What's your reaction to the judgment?
Well, my first reaction is not so much to the judgment, but to your report. The first part of your report is with its enormous sense of relief that there's been calm and peace and quiet all over the country, and may that prevail. I haven't been able to study the judgment in any detail, so I can't comment on that. I've been watching your channel and other channels. I've noticed, unfortunately, a triumphant note among a certain kind of politician and a note of betrayal and victimhood on some other kind of politician. But hopefully those are just straws in the wind and things will settle down. In any case, contrary to the question you asked, there cannot be a closure for some time yet because the case is going to go to appeal to the Supreme Court. Okay, but it's going to go on appeal to the Supreme Court, so no closure. But Najib Jung, let me get you in here as well. You know, when the judgment first came out, there was a feeling of that it was a judgment too heavily weighted perhaps on the one side. That was perhaps the assessment initially. On closer reading, it seems as if the judgment is perhaps trying to be balanced, or the judges are trying to strike a slightly balanced note in the one-third, one-third, one-third formula. And the fact that the title suit contestants, both Nirmohi, which was a title suit contestant, and Sunni Waqf, which was a title suit contestant, both have been dismissed. Is that a reading that you share?
Well, my initial reaction was that when the judges sat down to write the judgment, the idea was more to come to a compromise rather than settle the title suit itself. And that is why this one-third, one-third, one-third business, and leave it to better sense in the communities to get together and thrash out some kind of a solution or reconciliation later. Having said that, my second point would be that indeed it is a huge opportunity for both communities to use this judgment now to come to a reconciliation, leave this past behind. But having said that, and what Ram was saying on television, this must be avoided, that there should be no opportunity to gloat over any victory or loss in this whole thing. And we must also forget that we can't undo what Liberan has recommended. There is a criminal case pending, and that should not be weakened in the light. The criminal case is continuing to pend. This is just the title dispute that is at the moment being it should not be. This judgment should not be treated as if that act itself was a softer act rather than the hard act of attacking that masjid. That's the third thing, and it requires a huge gesture from the Muslim community to actually understand that perhaps time has come to move on, for the ulama to get together and make this gesture. It's more than the politicians.
That's a very good point. The Muslim community having to make that slight leap of faith. Let me get Ram in here as well. Ram, you know, the Sunni Waqf Board was seeking relief on two counts. Relief of possession and relief of declaration. That the disputed structure be declared as a mosque, and therefore the idol of Ram Lalla and Sita Mata be removed, and possession then subsequently to be handed to the Sunni Waqf Board. Now, would such a judgment have been realistically possible? Have the judges, by not being able to give that, not ordering the removal of Ram Lalla or the removal of Sita Mata, erred on the side of pragmatism?
So I think the Sunni Waqf Board's case was came across all the statute of limitations. But it seems to me that in at least two areas the judges have gone beyond the law and the question of the title suit. The first is that they pronounced on what in Islam is a mosque and what is not a mosque. That to me, at least in my understanding, the law is beyond their remit.
One judge did that.
Is their remit, was his remit. The other point is that two out of the three judges, possibly all three, have talked with some certitude about whether Lord Ram was born in a particular place at a particular time. Now, we are talking about a time in history or memory or myth where birth certificates did not exist. And this is a title suit, and certainly we didn't expect them to talk about that. So it appears to be that, not being a lawyer, it appears to be that they have gone beyond their remit in at least two respects. Which is why there will be a contest, which is why it will be questioned in the Supreme Court. These questions will come up for review in the Supreme Court.